against the old team. Wow.
Yeah, it worked out pretty well in a sense. So, yeah, it's kind of fitting that play my 200th against the team that obviously left last year. So, yeah, it should be exciting, but at the end of the day, we're after 4 points and that's all that really counts.
Brad's encouraged fans to boo you. How do you feel about that?
I was pretty sure I'm going to get it no matter what, whether he's sort of playing up to it a bit. But, yeah, I'll take what I get. Obviously, a few fans weren't happy that I left last year, but comes with the territory, I suppose.
Do you find those comments a little bit untimely with, I guess, what's happening in Sydney with Goods at the moment?
It's probably completely different. Obviously, his has been going on for a long time. Mine will probably only be a week, and so yeah, it's just disappointing that Adam has to go through that sort of stuff. But unfortunately for myself, I've brought it on myself, so I'm just gonna have to bear it.
Have you had much contact with any of your former teammates this week, or are you expecting some banter tomorrow night?
There'll obviously be some banter, but no, not really. Pretty normal this week. Just chats with a couple of them, but nothing too over the top.
So it wouldn't bother you if they had a crack at you, or the supporters as well?
Nah, you sort of, it comes with the territory these days. Yeah, but I'll just take it, and like I said before, the main important thing is that we play some consistent footy and get another 4 points.
200 games, you've had your ups and downs, you've been in forward and defence. How would you describe your AFL career so far?
Yeah, probably the first half of it was pretty consistent, then battled some injuries, but now where I'm at with my body and sort of my form fitting into the club hasn't sort of been as good as I would have liked, but overall my body's probably the best it's been for a long, long time, and yeah, just chomping at the bit to sort of play out the rest of the year and then continue on next year.
The last month you really kind of hit your straps, and Brad said the other day he's really noticed the transformation in you, particularly in the last month. What's changed? Is something...
I missed a lot of the year, start of the year with a foot injury of training, so I could play, but training-wise, so my fitness was down, so I really feel like my fitness is right up at the moment, and I think that that's correlated during the game. So just that consistency of training is probably starting to really come into full fruition now, and it's paying off.
When you look back at the 200 games, what do you view as the highlights and the lowlights?
Obviously, lowlights are always injury, and they're a part of football. And unfortunately, haven't had a good run, but I've had a better run than a couple of our other boys that are here at the moment who have had to cut their careers short. So I've had 14 years of it, and yeah, even though I've had some injuries, I've loved every second of it.
I think you've only missed one game this season.
Yeah.
Knowing your body, do you think you may need a rest toward the back end of the year leading into the finals?
No, I thought if you had asked me that at the start of the year, yeah, definitely would have said yes. But the way I'm feeling at the moment, I feel like I could play as many games as possible, and the way our list is at the moment with pressure coming from underneath, blokes have gone out from soft tissue injuries, probably only miss a week but can't get back in. So just shows the depth of our squad, and I'm not letting my spot go for anything.
How have you managed to improve your body at this stage of your career, Jarrad? What have you been doing differently?
I've just been able to do a lot more, probably lower limb weights around here. I've got the weights coach Large. He's very good at sort of, because of my back issues, sort of unloaded my back, which is good, but I'm able to do consistent leg weights, and so all my back-related stuff's basically disappeared. So that's probably the biggest thing for me, and I'm not the strongest bloke in the world, but feel like I'm getting some good strength testing going on.
Some radio commentators recently said you're a good player, but you're the potential to be a great player. How much improvement do you see left in you for the next 3 years of your career or so?
Yeah, it's like every year, you just sort of want to improve. Yeah, and probably my body's let me down in that regard, I think, but I still feel like I've got the best footy to come in what I potentially feel like I can play. So yeah, it's just all about getting my body 100%, which it is at the moment, and then the other stuff will just take care of itself.
What do you say to those critics who say, though, that you haven't reached your potential as a footballer yet?
Yeah, they're probably only seeing half of it. They only see sort of on the on-field stuff. So there's a lot more to football than what people might realise, and yeah, it's probably not my athleticism or my ability has never been questioned. It's just my consistency, but like I said before, with the body feeling as good as it has, I really feel like that consistency will come.
What do you think you need to work on most on field? It seems the coach is pretty happy, but what do you feel you need to work on?
Yeah, I just consistently got to bring an effort of defensive pressure, and then, because obviously being a natural forward, that's always going to come. So I'm really trying to base my game around defence first, and then sort of the other stuff will come, and probably haven't had as many shots on goal as I'd want to, but I've been tackling and the pressure and turning over for goals, which is probably more important.
What about the biggest pressure? Is that something you've only identified this year, Jarrad, as needing to improve?
No, I feel like especially early in my career, it was something I really focused on, and probably coming to a new club, I sort of was more focused on probably earning my spot in the team and probably the offensive stuff, and probably didn't focus on it as much, where Brad's been really encouraging with me that you're not in there just for that reason. Everyone's got to play their role, and I know that that's what he expects now, and that's what I'm going to try and deliver.
Does it sadden you at all to see the club you played for so long lose by so much last week?
Not really, because I know they're going to be fired up. Obviously, I've been in situations where we've lost by a large margin, and it just gets that anger inside to sort of burn. So it's probably the worst possible result for us. You sort of want them to come off a really hard-fought win, but I know, obviously being there for a long, long time, what's going on this week, and they're going to be ready to go, and if we're not on our A game, it could be bad.
Have you been called on to offer any intel, I suppose, on the boys?
Yeah, obviously know a bit about a few of the boys, so a couple of defenders have come and had a chat to me, and a couple of the mids, so yeah, it's having that inside knowledge always helps, but then again, they've probably got a lot of inside knowledge on myself, so it's just going to be it's going to be interesting.
What are the biggest changes in the game during your career, in your opinion?
Just probably the amount of time you're here. My first couple of years, you'd come in, do a weight session for an hour, go home, play PlayStation for 6, and then come back and train. So that was pretty much our lives, and then out every weekend. So now, yeah, you're here from 8 till 4:30, meetings and massage and all the IP, injury prevention stuff, your weights. It's just gone to a new level, and obviously it has to, because it's so much more professional, heaps more money obviously involved, and the media and everyone else expects a lot higher performance, and it's what we have to deliver.
John Barker hinted this morning that some of your ex-teammates might try and get under your skin because you have reacted in the past. What do you say to that?
Well, at least I know it's coming now. So, but no, it's just all about keeping a cool head, and obviously I had a couple of indiscretions previously. So, but yeah, I'll probably get the other boys to back me up this week.
Will there be something that you'll say to yourself to try and not get carried away when some of the boys try and irk you?
Pretty obvious what they're going to try and do, but I'll probably just laugh and just focus on trying to do what I have to do for the team to get the win.
That's been sort of something you've been criticised for, the on-field discipline. Do you think you've gotten better at that?
Yeah, I believe so. Had a little altercation earlier on in the year, but apart from that, I've been relatively good. So, yeah, that's one of those things that sort of a lot of them happen in a short period of time. It does become a bit of a stigma on your name, but I feel like where I'm playing my footy with that level head is right on the edge, because I have to play on the edge. I'm not going to deny that. So yeah, it's just one of those things you have to consistently remind you, but I don't feel like I've had to remind myself of it as much as once I did.
When you reach a major milestone such as this, do you think back to your dad and the influence he had and the career he had?
Yeah, obviously being at the club where he played so many games, and yeah, it's probably something that I'll really sit back once it's all said and done. Like I said earlier, I'm more worried about getting a win on the weekend rather than, yeah, it's good, my 200th, and I'm very proud, but it'll be something that I'll really reflect on once footy's done.
You're out there doing a bit of extra goal kicking too. Is that front of mind, I suppose, that particularly playing against your old team?
No, I do that. I do that exact thing every week. So I'm not changing anything from my normal routine. I'll go about the same business, go do my same thing. So that's just what I do. And as a forward, we're paid to kick goals, and haven't probably delivered on that as much as I would have liked this year. But that's just what I have to do.
Amongst many things, I guess you came to North Melbourne to try and win a premiership. Now that you're 18 rounds in, do you think this club's any closer to where they were than when you joined? Yeah,
I really do think we are. Probably had a couple of games where we should have won early on in the year, would put us in some really, really good stead for finals. But we've got to play some consistent footy, and I feel like over the last 3 or 4 weeks, we're starting to play like the North brand of footy, and we need to continue that going next few weeks, and hopefully get a good run and some good confidence going into finals. And yeah, but really we can't rely on anyone else. If we don't play with our consistent effort, we're going to get shown up, and with the ladder being so tight at the moment, it's not a thing we can really bank on.
And just now you've had time to settle in. Like, how much have you enjoyed making the move? Are you happy you made the move now?
Yeah, it's really, I really needed it. It's a lot different to Carlton, but it's not at the same time. But yeah, I'm loving every second of it, and love the boys, and it's just been a really good freshen up. And like I said, I sort of feel like I've got the next few years really to put my dent on this club and hopefully come away with a flag or start play some really good football.
Thanks, boys.